everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new here, and welcome back to another one of my lovely creepy things that kids say videos. I found an article that has 271 of these things, and we've only covered 50, so here is another 25 more. I regularly babysit two girls, 3 and 5 years old, both blonde with huge blue eyes and big smiles. They are the creepiest people I've ever met. Once, after I picked them up from daycare, I tried to get them excited for dinner. Seeing as they don't normally eat that much when I'm there, I asked them in an overly excited voice, "Hey guys, what do you want for dinner?" The eldest looked at me, runs away, and hides behind a corner. Sticking her head out, she whispers, "I want skinned babysitter." Okay, yep, creepy kids. My 5-year-old, "Mom, I need you to throw away 2 of my Barbies." Me, "Why?" Her, "Because they looked back at me." I'd throw out my Barbies too, kid. When our dog died without us yet having properly attempted to explain death to our then 2-year-old, she said, "All her thoughts left her body." That's kind of sad. My son, who was about 6, asked my mother to lay down on her stomach. Then he sat on her butt and started bouncing up and down and proclaimed, "Now we're mating like reptiles." Thanks, Discovery Channel. Okay, that's just funny. That's not even creepy. That's just funny. I work at a summer camp, and one day I was playing with this kid who was jumping off things and onto me, and I said, "Hey, be careful. If you kill me, I can't play with you anymore." He looked me dead in the eyes and said, "No, but I can play with you." Okay. On the playground, my daughter points to the swing next to her. "Mommy, come push my ghost friend Flossie." Flossie was my great-grandmother who passed away before I was born. Oh, that's cute. My 2-year-old has never met my step-grandmother who passed away a few years ago. We called her Minnie. Nope, that says Mimi. Mimi? M-I-M-I-E.
The E at the end is weird, but it sounds like Mimi.
Mimi? We called her Mimi. When I took her to my dad's, they live in Mimi's old house, she played upstairs in Mimi's old craft room. I thought nothing of it. Then I went home a few days later, and my daughter was asking me to take her back to Papa's. I said we'd go another day. And this was our convo. Her, Papa, me. "Yes, baby, we'll go see Papa soon, later this week." Her, Nanny, my stepmom. "Yes, baby, Nanny will be there too." Her, Pippi, step-grandpa. "Yes, Pippi too." Her, Mimi, me, who? Her, Mimi, Mimi, Mimi. "Are you saying Mimi?" She nods frantically. I have never told her about Mimi, and neither has any of my family. Aww. My child would talk to the bathroom wall to her imaginary friend. When I asked who she was talking to, she said the boy from the coal mine. We had a mine shaft running next to our house. And nope, just nope. My friend's 7-year-old kid pretended to put me in jail. Our conversation went something like this. Me, what did I do? Forget to brush my teeth, didn't do my homework. Her, you murdered a 23-year-old woman while she was jogging in the early morning. Me, ... Okay. Child had woken up so early, she was watching cartoons next to me in my bed while I tried to wake up. I heard a funny sound downstairs earlier that I mentally blamed on the dogs. Then the kiddo leans over to me and remarks, "Oh, there's a man in the house. Awake, awake, awake." Never found anything and never got any further details from her about that situation. Living just in front of a crematorium, my 2-year-old ran into my room and said, "Mommy, come meet my new friend Eric in my closet. He said he thinks he's dead." Turned out a 6-year-old boy had passed away a few days before that. She's been obsessed with death and ghosts ever since. Driving down the road a few months ago, there were some road workers on the other side near some woods. She says, "Mommy, those men are looking for the dead body in the woods. The bad man killed him." Oddly, I believed her. Sure enough, someone had been found in those exact woods a few years prior to that, and she was telling me she's always telling me about the dead people and how they died. That kid has gifts and is going somewhere, and you should not hinder that. My 5-year-old son, out of the clear blue sky, tells me while we're snuggling for bedtime, Mom, when you die after the funeral, I'm going to take you back home with me. I will chop off your head and shake out your guts, and then I will put it on the table by my bed so I can look at your face before I go to sleep. And always remember that I really love you. A little serial killer-ish, but shows how deep he loves me. Yeah, a little serial killer-ish. Try a lot. My daughter, about 5 years old at the time, riding with me in my truck. A gnat, mosquito, bug of some kind is buzzing around her and bothering her. So she's complaining about it. So I told her to just swat it. She visually follows it until it's against the passenger window and quickly smashes it with her hand. She then turns to me with the strangest look in her eyes and says, "That was my first time killing something." Yeah, okay. When her father asked her why she had done something particularly demented thing to my friend's daughter answered, "I don't know. I'm not driving this thing. I'm just along for the ride." Okay. My neighbor was babysitting my daughter one day while I was at work. They were sitting in the dining room, playing with the littlest pet shop toys. My daughter was very into the game and asked, "Do you know what it feels like to die?" And my neighbor said, no. My daughter asked, "Do you want to?" And my neighbor said, no. My daughter creepily looked at her and said, "Then leave me alone." Oh, okay. When my nephew was 5, he offered me a cookie. When I reached out to accept it, he pulled it away from me and told me he wasn't offering it to me, but to the person standing behind me. There was no one else there. To our 3-year-old son, what would you do if we had another baby? Our son. I'd kill it. A 3-year-old? Okay. This wasn't creepy for me, but when my daughter was 3, she told me she had played with a dog before in her room. She said the dog was brown, tan, and white. I had put down my husky 2 weeks before my daughter was born that was the exact same color. She didn't know at age 3 that I had had a dog at all. Puppy. I was out with my little puppy. A kid of about 4 years old came up to me, excited to pet her. His dad said, "Be gentle," as the kid was heavily hitting her head, thinking he was stroking her nicely, as kids do. Then the kid looked at me and said, "If I hug it really hard, all its blood and guts will come out everywhere." The dad excused them both and left. Good call, Dad. My triplets once told me, "We used to hear a man talking to us in our old house, but we could never find him." My 8-year-old daughter last year told me, "Mom, I love you and all, but sometimes I don't think you're you." It completely caught me off guard. So I asked her what she meant by that, followed with, "Of course I'm me, honey. Who else would I be?" "Well, sometimes I feel like my real mom was taken away and you're just a creature wearing her skin." Okay. My son said that Christians were obviously the worst drivers. When I asked why, he said, "Because all you ever see are crosses on the sides of the road." Before my sister was born, my mom had a miscarriage. A few years later, when my sister was 3, she told my mom that January was not her real birthday. Her real birthday was in September. That's when the baby my mom lost was due. No one had told my sister about it. Aww. My niece was sitting on the couch with a weird look on her face. Her mom asked her what she was thinking about, and she said, "I'm imagining the waves of blood rushing over me." Okay. My little cousin once told me he wished he could cut off my hand so that he could hold my hand even when I wasn't there. That is the end of that 25. If you guys like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and leave me a comment down below. Have any kids ever said anything creepy, weird, or just downright disturbing to you? If they have, I'd love to hear about it. And of course, if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, as I do upload Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I cannot wait to see you in the next video.